So, the topic of today, Dragon Age Veilguard apparently may have sold even worse than Star Wars Outlaws, breaking records. Oh my god. Every single time a crappy AAA Western game comes out, I'm like, well, this looks really bad. I guess they hit rock bottom, but then they work tirelessly, like they pump hundreds of millions of dollars in order to prove me wrong. You know what I think? I think that is true. Like leftism, especially like socialism, is about working together. Is about people, the tovarish, coming together in order to accomplish greatness. And so all of these games are there to make the previous one look better. Like seriously, think about it, right? Dragon Age 3. Oh my god, it got a lot of criticism. Even I couldn't finish it. Like, it was a bad game. At the time, I was saying, look, this is a bad game. It's very grindy. I hate some of the political messages that are stuffed into it. The characters don't look as good as Dragon Age 2 or 1. I don't like it. But now, it seems to be like an amazing game. Like, if it came out today, I would be like, wow, that game is so great. Why? Because we got Dragon Age 4. So, like, they're showing you, it's kind of like a threat. You know, it's kind of like this. You have an original title coming out and people absolutely love it, right? Like Dragon Age 1 comes out, people absolutely adore it. And then Dragon Age 2 comes out and people are saying, you know what? This game is shit. Dragon Age 1 was amazing. We expected more from BioWare. What is this garbage? We don't like it. And they start criticizing, they start talking about it. And then Dragon Age 3 comes out. And people are like, you know what, Dragon Age 2 wasn't so bad. I mean, compared to Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age 3 is even worse. And then you have the game journalists, and they pop up, and they're basically saying, well, you know, just like you like Dragon Age 2, you're going to end up liking Dragon Age 3. And what they're actually doing is a threat. Like, they are threatening the gaming community with the prospect of a new Dragon Age. They're threatening you with Dragon Age 4 that's going to be even more shit than Dragon Age 3, and you're going to like Dragon Age 3. That's literally what they're doing, and I gotta say, it's working. I gotta say, if this is the tactic, if this is the business, where every single game has to be even more disastrous and cancerous than the previous one, so that people start liking the previous one, then good job. You have succeeded. But by comparison, Star Wars Outlaws is actually good, because you don't get a chance to be lectured about pronouns at the dinner table with your mom. So at least that, you know, you don't have a Kunari woman stuffing you up against the wall and going like, is it called hush or versteck? You know, do you guys remember those scenes? Jesus fucking Christ. You know, they keep saying that people play Asian games for the goonism. My fucking god, AAA has like way more goonism than the Asian games, but even I, as a renowned, proficient Gunnar to the level that I transcend Gunnarism. I'm like the type of person that, you know, for me, Gunnarism is like wine. I only drink like fine wine and I sniff the glass and I'm like, you know, this seems to be from Asia, 2012. When I look at this shit, it is the most repulsive, the most vile, the most vulgar stuff that the human mind can produce. Dragon Age Veilguard. And then they say, well, we don't know, like, who could have predicted that it would have flopped so hard? Like, no one could have predicted this. Like, really, no one? Not a single person? Like, you couldn't have predicted this. So let me get this straight. The Bud Light controversy didn't give you any hints. The Dodgers with the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, which, again, was in every newspaper, it was everywhere, that didn't give you any hints whatsoever. The fact that Asian games are selling right now didn't give you any hints. The fact that Star Wars Outlaws and other AAA games are performing poorly didn't give you any hints. The reaction to the trailer didn't give you any hints. Like, there was absolutely no way of knowing that Dragon Age is going to underperform. I mean, it's got chest scars, it's got skin disease like vitiligo. Maybe it will have cellulitis in a future DLC patch. They made absolutely sure that it doesn't vibe with the same feeling of grimdark that the other Dragon Ages had. So why would it not perform? I mean, they did everything right, you know? Did they have like cheeky little shits that LARP as community managers? I haven't looked into that, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And so the game flopped. Now what's interesting is that as I'm making this video, There's reports of two Russians making a game. I think it's like $70 in a bottle of vodka. And they made the game, which made millions of dollars. And the whole premise is something with an anime girl that is a yandere. And I think like she wants to pull you in a computer and make you into a gaming cartridge. I haven't played the game. But basically it's like a lewd game. Like it's not an adult. It's a lewd game with an anime girl. And it's horror themed. And it seems to be incredibly popular right now. And that's making millions, like it's printing money, like crazy. And meanwhile, you have all these studios with all these experts, with all these marketing people, with a budget in order to make sure that on whatever website you go, you find out about this game. And they have the name Dragon Age, and they're making deals with various companies that if you buy a graphics card, you get the game for free. And despite all of this, despite the fact that they have the smugness on their hands, they got the smug journalists, and they got like the smug people on Twitter that lecture the player base about what bigots we are because we don't understand just how important this work of art is and just how pivotal for the marginalized community it is to sell this game. Despite all of this shit, this game doesn't sell. Yeah. It is absolutely disturbing what's happening with the Western AAA industry. Take into account that the games that are coming out this year, well, I mean, it's December, the year is almost over. The games that came out this year, they happened during the peak of wokeness. Because it takes kind of like 4 years to finish a product. So the games that are happening now is when wokeness was at its peak. And next year is going to be the same. Next year is going to also be, can I say a bloodbath now that he's president? I think I can say a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath for the AAA industry. More layoffs, more studios closing, more of this shit. And unfortunately, Asia is going to dominate. Like, I'm looking at the trends. It's not something that I want. I'm just pointing out. It's like, okay, Stellar Blade, Nikkei, Wukong, Path of Exile 2. Like, realistically speaking, the market is going to keep buying stuff from Asia. They're announcing a GTA with anime girls. I mean, fucking hell. That's going to be popular. And the issue is, like, once the customer is hooked up to a company, it's very difficult to persuade them to come back. So the Western AAA, like, the thing is, like, I know they can do it. Like, I know if they actually were to hire on talent, if they downsize their studios, if they said, you know what, like, maybe we shouldn't make video games that are hundreds of millions of dollars worth. Like, maybe we can make, like, cheaper, smaller projects and focus more on the story, and we focus more on the aesthetics, and we focus more on the gameplay, and actually give the bigots what the bigots want. Give them the new Postal. Give them the new South Park. Give them the new Blood Rain. Give them the shit. Yes, they're bigots, but we need their fucking money. So instead of appealing to the pillars of the community and the decent people, let's appeal to the fucking bigots. What do they need? Right? Appeal to the fucking Coomers. The Coomers have money. Like a Coomer dollar, I guarantee to you, a Coomer dollar is exactly the same as the money from someone that's a pillar of society. I'm not saying, like, make adult games, but what I'm saying is, like, make Blood Rain. That's not fucking hard. Just make Blood Rain. You have the technology. Can you imagine how fucking cool it would be? You have, like, Blood Rain that looks like Stellar Blade, and she goes there and she hacks people and there's blood everywhere, and she's fighting Nazis. Everyone would play that. Every fucking person would play that if you pull it off. It's not that fucking difficult. Just get a supermodel. Find a supermodel in the United States. Reach out. Do a collab with OnlyFans. I don't know what you do. But, like, get a hot chick that's a red-haired, make her into Blood Rain, and have that game being sold. And I guarantee to you, even if the gameplay isn't great, even if the story isn't amazing, you will make at least $100 million. Just by having that game. Because that's what the market craves right now. That's where the niche in the market is at right now. But of course, you can choose that too, and then you can have the community just give their money to Mao Zedong. That's also an option. I like Western products. I really do. I grew up with them. I hate seeing what is happening to the industry. I hate knowing that the chances of me playing another Dragon Age game are slim to none. And when I say Dragon Age game, I mean like a legitimately grim, dark story with well-written characters, with amazing gameplay. Yeah, chances are I'm never going to touch that, am I? Let me know what you guys think, though, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.